friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark, and I sell them hopefully for a profit. Today is Saturday, March 15th, and I have 7 sales that sold only on Poshmark. It's been kind of a crazy March. Just weird things happening, like only 7 sales only on Poshmark. My lighting is weird. My camera is weird. I don't have time to mess with it today. Thank you for your understanding. This is gross sales amount is $234.40. Profit for today, because I'll forget to tell you later, is $157.68. That's fantastic. Other than my big giant sale at the beginning of the month, this is the best it's been. So this is Athleta, and this is the Calm Cool Cami. This is an interesting comp because if I just look up Calm Cool Cami, it gives me an average sale price of $16.68 with an 8% sell-through rate, which is super low. But if I add plus size, which this is a 3X, the average sale price actually goes down to $14.50, but is a 14% sell-through rate, which is still pretty low, but almost double the 8%. Anyway, this sold, well, on Poshmark. Then I gave you the spoiler alert early today. It sold for $15. And I bought this at a liquidation store that's in my town. I actually went there yesterday and found nothing. But that was kind of the theme of yesterday. I found nothing. I spent 80 cents on it. I think they had it priced at $8, and then I hit it at like a 90% off sale. I bought 3 of them in this colorway, and then I bought another 3 in like a mauvey pink color. I've sold a couple of those, I think right around the $15 mark. So minus fees, shipping, which I don't have any shipping costs on Poshmark. I don't do any shipping discounts. And then my cost of goods, my profit is $11.20. This thing sold fast. So I have a couple things that sold really fast, and one thing that is kind of a BOLO, which is be on the lookout if you don't know. But this is Tommy Bahama, and it is a woman's button up, and it is silk, 100% silk, and it has this fun little tropical thing on it. I know it's women's because the buttons are on the left. If you can't hear it, it's storming like crazy. I believe it's storming like everywhere in the country right now. We're supposed to get some crazy storm something everywhere, it seemed like. So maybe it's not still storming when you're watching this, but as I'm recording it, it is definitely storming. All right, so I looked up Tommy Bahama silk top. I think I added tropical and women's, and the average sale price was $18.03 with a whopping 3% sell-through rate. Now you think, oh, 3%, how's that ever gonna sell? I don't know, it sold in a month. Just crazy. I did use boxy, I don't know. I'm not great with keywords, so I'm trying to learn, trying to add more things as I go along. But Hawaiian, aloha, pretty basic. This sold, I had it listed for $25 and it sold for $17. And I bought it at the bins, the Goodwill outlet, where you pay by the pound. So I average my cost of goods as $2 per item when I'm there, and that makes my profit $11.60. Isn't that my profit on the other one? I think it was. All right, this is a Soft Surroundings Henley, and it's kind of like a lightweight sweatshirt feel. Let's see. The soft surroundings tags always get wonky. Okay. And my lighting's weird. There you go. Soft surroundings. This went out of business. Anyway, it's kind of cute. It has like exposed seams. I feel like I would wear this. All right. Just making sure I don't need to lint roll it. I don't think I did, but sometimes I see things in the light, but my light's weird today, so there's that. All right, I just searched soft surrounding Henley. Sometimes I do very basic searches, and sometimes I'm more specific. I'm definitely more specific when I'm listing. When I do my videos, I generally go pretty general. So I do find my comps on eBay, which can be different than comps are on Poshmark. But I usually primarily sell on eBay. That does not seem to be the case in March so far. But yeah, primarily I sell on eBay, so that's where I do my comps because I list there first. And there are always exceptions, a big but, if you will, but generally price the same on all my platforms. So I just list and price on eBay and then cross list from there. If I hadn't cross listed, I would have no sales today. And here I had $150 in profit. So that's amazing. All right, I got distracted. This has an $18.09 average sale price, a 12% sell-through rate. I had it listed for $25. It sold for $17. I did send out 30% off offers, so I think those last two were in that 30% off offers. I try to do that on Fridays just to generate a little more sales on Poshmark. However, that doesn't always work, and I don't always remember, but I did remember yesterday. It took 6 months to sell. I got this at just a garage sale and I paid $3 for it. So my profit is $10.60. I do wrap everything in tissue paper and add a little thank you sticker. On Poshmark, my primary go-to are these Tyvek mailers. They have little flaps that don't close all the way, and so I add these little priority stickers on there too. All right, this I took a really low offer, but it actually has a higher sell-through rate than I imagined. And maybe I should explain to you what it is before I start just talking about it. This is a Columbia just full zip fleece. That's it. I find these all the time and I never buy them. This one, it was mine. So I have roughly 87 Columbia fleeces, and really I wear one. And so that was an exaggeration. I think I just had this one and the one I wear, but it seems like they multiply in my closet sometimes. Like, how do I have so many fleeces? This, I thought I was gonna have to lint roll, but it's really not bad at all. Okay, cool, love that. That makes my life so much easier. There is just little white fuzzies. Okay, so shockingly, a Columbia full zip fleece has an average sale price of $14.69 with a 16% sell-through rate. I thought it was gonna be in the single digits sell-through rate because there are so many of them listed. Now, I did have this listed for $20 on Poshmark. I think it might have been listed for less on eBay. I'm not really sure. But I have a sale right now on sweaters, coats, fleece, and flannel. On eBay, I set a 40% off sale. I did 30% last week. I did 40% this week. So when I did my 30% off offers on Poshmark yesterday, I went through, that's not enough in there. Is it? I'm gonna try it. I went through and sent out 40% off offers on those same items. And somebody sent me, I don't know if they sent me this, it was an $11 offer. Now, usually I don't sell stuff for that low on Poshmark because when you sell something for under $15, they do, instead of 20% fee, it's a flat rate $2.95 fee. And, you know, that makes it, on an $11 item, that's almost a 30% fee. Well, I've started comparing my fees to eBay, and once I do promoted and stuff, I'm paying 20 to 25% anyway, so I've stopped really worrying about that. When I got this item, this offer, I went and looked to see how much I paid for it, because sometimes I make ridiculous decisions when I'm sourcing, and I was like, if I paid $5 for that, I'm gonna be really irritated. But then I realized it was mine, and I went ahead and accepted the offer because one, I want to get rid of it, and two, I have zero cost of goods. I mean, I do, because I bought it at some point, but I probably bought it at a thrift. No, you know what? I had notes in there. This came from my in-laws. They gave them to my husband. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. So for $11. After 5 months, I have zero cost of goods, $8.05. I think that came from my in-laws. I wore it a couple times and decided to list it. Okay. I think that's accurate. I could be wrong. I sold a vintage sweater. This one is so cool. And this is the exact like shape and style that I've been selling this year. And when I mean this year, I mean this past fall and winter. So really 2024. But I don't know. This is just the kind of like a geometric or abstract kind of print, crew neck, and then it's always better if it's made in the United States. I'm going to show you this. Tag is Expressions. It's made in Taiwan. So pretty cool. I don't know. It's just really cool. I like vintage sweaters. I think they're really cool, and especially this, like I said, this kind of shape and style has just, this is what I've been selling as far as vintage sweaters go. So what I looked up was vintage sweater geometric crew neck, and the average sale price is $34.75. It's only an 11% sell-through rate, which is not very high, but I should go through and see what my sell-through rate is on that. Maybe if I sell another one, I will remember and do that. Don't hold your breath. I probably will forget. Okay. I think we're good there. I had this listed for $40, which is what I list that shape and style. Somebody offered me $30, which I would have taken anyway, but knowing, you know, that I had that sale going, absolutely. I'm going to accept that. I bought it 4 months ago at my old favorite thrift store for 52 cents. That's why it's my favorite thrift store. Super cheap. I most of the time can find some pretty good items. Actually, I feel like I bought a vintage sweater yesterday there. Oh, I did. Look at this one. I just got excited. I don't have time for this. This one is more of, it kind of more has a little bit of a mock neck, but just that same shape, right? But this one has like a 3D knit. Now it would be cooler if it was like bright and striped like the Coogee ones, but that, I have a bin of items that I need to put in my inventory so I can take pictures of them next week. Okay, just the stuff I bought yesterday, which wasn't much. All right, did I tell you what my profit was? $23.48. Oh my word, I love a storm. We slept with our windows open last night. I love that so much. Just that that noise. The gentle thunder. Although it woke me up at 4 a.m., which is not my favorite. All right, 2 more items, and the last one has a really high sell-through rate, and it was shocking. Okay, this is so cool, and I was hopeful that I could get like a ton of money for it, but I didn't. So this is, it's interesting, I didn't notice that. It has like a little tag that doesn't say anything on it right there. But basically, it's a reversible felt coat. I am not going to package this up yet because I do need to lint roll it, and it doesn't have to be mailed out today. So it's like brown on one side, black on the other. It's long, it has a hood. Now, when things are reversible, a little tip here if you don't know, and it doesn't have a tag, you want to look in the pockets. And hopefully, after much looking, you'll find your tag. So this is J. Jill, which is one of my favorite brands to sell. I think it just has a really good, for me, it has a really good sell-through rate in general. So this has, it's like a felt, I don't know how else to describe it. There wasn't a material tag in it, so I don't know what it's made of. When I looked up J. Jill coat reversible felt, nothing came up. When I just looked up J. Jill coat reversible, the average sale price was $34.64 with a 12% sell-through rate. That thing is so cool, and it's long, and it's beautiful, and it's in excellent condition. I listed it for $60, and I was like, I'm gonna hope for the best. And somebody offered me $42, and I accepted that because, again, it's spring. I have a sale going, and honestly, I mean, usually I accept 20% off offers anyway, and 20% off of 60 is what, 48? So I'm not gonna argue over $6. Anyway, this sold in 3 months. I found it at the bins. So larger items like that, I average a little bit of a higher cost of goods because it weighs more than a pound, so it costs more than $2. So it's $3 was what I had as my cost of goods. So after my fees and my cost of goods, again, no shipping costs, my profit is $30.60. That's amazing. Okay, so this is kind of fun. This I bought for myself. I was at a thrift store in another town. One of my daughters had to go to another town to do a thing. And we went to a thrift store because I do that. And that's my daughter that likes to thrift with me anyway, so she wasn't sad about it. And I found this set of books, and this is one of my favorite series, and I've read the complete series, and I don't own it. I just got it from the library. And so I was like, it was $3 for the full set, and I was like, oh, I'll get that and put it in our own library. So this is James Herriot is the author. The series is called All Creatures Great and Small, but none of the books are called that. But basically, he was a vet in like the 40s and 50s in England, in like rural England. So it talks a lot about like birthing calves, and I don't know. It's just very, very I've talked about this before like a few different times. And somebody used like a perfect word and I can't think of it right now, but it's just like very, very idyllic. It just makes you feel good. There's a BBC miniseries on it that I have not watched yet, but anyway, I bought it for myself, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna look it up because I'm kind of curious. Well, the average sale price is $32.72 and with a 71% sell-through rate. And I was like, that's really good. I have a library. I don't need these. I've read them before, and I'm not a rereader. I don't really read things over again. I'm gonna go ahead and sell them. So they took less than 2 weeks to sell, which not shocking with the 71% sell-through rate. I sold for $30. I had them listed for $40. I was hoping for about $32. Somebody offered me $30. I'm not gonna argue over $2. So this one did have there's like a couple little dings in one of the covers, and it doesn't have the actual box. that the box set would go into. So it's not even like in perfect condition. So my profit is $21 on that. I'm very, very pleased. That's crazy. And I thought maybe I would be like disappointed that I'm not keeping it, but I'm not at all disappointed that I'm not keeping it. I don't know. It's so funny because I don't have like emotional attachments to my own things most of the time. There's always an exception, right? A big butt. It's my big butt. However, but it's like 5:30 in the morning, which is a little early for me. Okay. Question of the day. Are you a morning person or a night owl? I am neither, but if I really, really had to choose, I would be a night owl, but I'm not really. But I'm definitely not a morning person. My husband like gets up and he's cheery and happy and likes to talk right away, and I'm like honed in, like I don't want to be here. I want to be in my bed. Takes me a while to like get used to the world. So I have a training this morning that I need to run off to, and I will be there all day. So I'm really excited about it. It's nothing to do with eBay or YouTube or anything, but just something that's really important in my life. So I am headed out to that. Let me know what you're up to for your day. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why I do this when I say that. I'll see you soon.